Okay, so we're at Barbell Brigade. I've been in Los Angeles for like 6 days. We met up with some pretty cool people already. We met Russell Orhe at Zoo Culture, as well as met up again with Bradley Martin. This is gonna be our first video here in Los Angeles. We're gonna be collaborating with someone who we actually did collaborate with last time, BART KWAN. He's gonna give me some different techniques and things, pushing past the plateau in a bench press. On top of that, I think we're gonna be doing maybe some chest work. We're still deciding what we're gonna be doing for weight and reps, etc. But stay tuned, keep watching to the end of the video and you'll see exactly what we do. So we literally got up at like 4 o'clock in the morning because Bart said that he wants to work out at 6 and it was about a half an hour drive, so we had to get meals packed and stuff. After this, we're gonna be training legs again after, so I packed some meals to train too. But Bart's a busy guy. He works a lot and then he has family time obviously, so he's up in here early, which I can totally respect. Right now we're just gonna get our pre-workout. Probably only gonna take 1 scoop now and then 1 scoop later. So I think it's only 180 milligrams of caffeine, which is still good enough like to give you some energy. And then they have like lion's mane and stuff, which is gonna help with focus, so it's pretty good. I don't like going crazy on stimulants, can kind of mess up my sleep, so this is probably like the perfect mix between like giving me enough energy and enough focus while I'm training and like not going too insane on it. How's it going?
Hey.
Girls out there?
Yeah.
Man, you guys are animals, dude.
How's it going, man?
Brandon, how are you?
You take it straight to the dome or you just...
I'll take it straight. That's how you do it, right?
Yeah.
Damn, dude, you're playing a dangerous game. 2 scoops of free?
No, I'm not gonna take the other one. Cold in here.
It's cold. So the first thing we're gonna do is warm up. Yeah. So one big difference on bench for bodybuilding and powerlifting. For powerlifting, bench is almost a whole body workout. You'll see that's why I'm wearing like ollie shoes.
Yeah.
Because you want to be planted, like you're squeezing your glutes as hard as you can. Your shoulders are back and down. So we need to warm up pretty much like your chest, your shoulders, and your lats and upper back. Pretty much warm up like your entire upper body. And I even stretch out my hips after so I can get a good arch and squeeze my glutes. Yeah.
My biggest issue with my bench, when you're doing bodybuilding, you're focusing on squeezing your chest, right? So getting everything engaged is probably my biggest issue. And
so I just do like 20 tricep push downs first. And then after a couple, I do some that are like to the side, like this.
Like wider?
Yeah, a little bit wider. Because one cue for bench in powerlifting is you're always trying to spread the bar.
Yeah.
So I just warm up my triceps here, and then I kind of warm up like spreading the bar too. It's kind of like a lap. I do like a lap, like almost like a pull to the chest. Yeah, a row. The way we engage lats in a bench, we almost kind of use it as a spring. As the bar is coming down, we like squeeze the lats as hard as we can. And then that's why when you gain weight and like get fat, it actually helps out a lot. Because you squeeze and you kind of pull the bar into you. And then there's this point where it feels like a spring where it just wants to pop right out. So when you can get as much lat and like tricep like contact and engagement, that's when it feels good. So we kind of warm that up so that we can feel the bar coming down and blasting out. Powerlifting, instead of benching in a straight line, we're trying to pretty much bench in like a J trajectory where it's like to the face. Yeah. Because that's the most efficient way. Yeah. It's not the most chest activating way. That's how you can get the most leverage. In order to do this, your shoulders has to stay back on. So it's really important to like warm up your upper back so you can keep your shoulders on the bench as you bench like this way. Weird, huh?
Yeah. It's like so many other things to think about. Bodybuilding, it's like you have to think about contraction, but that's like one of the only things you have to think about. It's engaging literally everything at once. So it's good though, because you get a connection of like, how am I gonna build the most explosiveness through one movement?
What's crazy, you see like the big powerlifters, guys that are like 250 or 300. Instead of doing like 20 reps, they'll do like hundreds. Just so they have so much muscle. They're like, oh, I did 30, I don't feel anything yet.
They're like warming up with our max.
Yeah, I'm like, I just need 20 reps, I'm real warm. And after I just do like 20 reverse flies. I just kind of do these shoulder rotations. I just kind of go forward and backwards 20 times.
I swear this gym's more open than the last time I was here. Seems like there's more space in here.
Yeah, did you guys shift anything around?
Did you guys move anything? We cleaned it.
Maybe that's it.
Yeah, that's about it. Do you feel pretty warm?
Yeah. What I noticed about powerlifting is like, especially just warming up your shoulders is such a big thing. Yeah.
Oh yeah. Even for some people, like to get like the craziest squat position ever, they do all kinds of stuff just so they can get that like crazy.
Yeah.
That's not your water.
I'm drinking it.
Fuck yeah. Fucking so weak right now.
I asked him if he noticed a big decrease in his strength when he dropped weight. So is that just for the marathon, like you're doing more cardio and stuff, so naturally you're dropping more weight, or you're trying to?
I'm trying to, so like, unlike bodybuilders, I have no discipline. So it's so hard for me to restrict what I eat. I'd rather like just go fuck it, eat something stupid, and I'll go work it off.
Yeah.
So I'm like, if I'm gonna be running my ass off anyways, I'm gonna try to use this period of time to try to get as lean as possible too. I don't have that bodybuilding discipline. Like I see the way you flex and like how shredded you are, I'm like, that's tight. All right, so this next thing that we're gonna do, pretty sure you've never done before.
Probably not.
Have you ever done speed bench? All right, so speed bench, it's really important for powerlifters. Well, I guess there's mixed feelings on this. Speed bench is important to me because in powerlifting, what you're trying to do is you actually want to blast up as hard as you can. It's unlike bodybuilding where time under tension builds hypertrophy and all that. For us, we get stronger the more volume we can do and the more frequency that we can train. If we can have less time under tension, we'll feel less fatigue. So if we could bench 5 days in a row, like ideally, that'd be awesome. A lot of Romanians, Bulgarians, and Russians, they train like that. So speed bench, it allows you to get maximum force output without having the actual weight weigh you down. It makes you practice blasting as hard as you can. And since the band tension increases at the top, it really forces your lockout. So we could even do one where we just do bands, but we'll do like a couple of speed sets. And then afterwards, if you put on like a regular bar, you'll be like, oh shit, it feels like nothing at the top.
I think in bodybuilding, there's like benefits to explosiveness as well. So training explosively, like getting everything to fire like that. Powerlifting, obviously, you want every muscle to fire. So when you're doing bodybuilding stuff and you can get that ability, you're really building like a full look. So it is still beneficial. It's a different style of training, which is good. It's always good to vary your styles of training.
Bodybuilding, is there like bench? Is there a focus on like maybe 1 second up and then like 3 seconds down for the negative?
I think when you're starting, a lot of people go too fast. As you get more into it, you know how to control and explode. If you're able to contract the right muscle going explosively, you're getting more muscle fibers firing.
We used to go really slow when we first started, right? But then now, as we've learned some of the science behind it, you really should go as fast as possible and as controlled as possible.
But that doesn't mean like just right off the bat try to go as fast as possible.
Because I see people just bench like every rep is different.
Yeah, exactly. Learn the technique, and then from that you build and become more explosive, and then get everything to fire. So, so we're starting with the bands.
Powerlifters love gadgets.
I get to try out all the new tools.
Oh, and then one thing I do before I bench is I also kind of just stretch out my hips a little bit.
That's what I need to do more of. I do a lot of running too. So
like soccer, right?
Yeah.
Soccer affect any of your bodybuilding at all?
I mean, no, because I've never really gone like on a bulk or anything per se. I'm already lean. Obviously doing extreme amounts of cardio is not ideal when you're trying to build muscle, but no, not really. I don't find it. My strength's been fine and stuff, so.
Do you use soccer as a form of cardio?
Yeah,
or no?
For sure,
oh, okay. Sure. A lot of powerlifters have some like weird ritualistic way. This is the way that has worked best for me. If I'm at a commercial gym, I don't do this. A lot of people just think they're like, this guy's so weird. But for me, what I like to do is I get my shoulders down, and usually like my back would be chalked in competition or something. And I try to dig my shoulders in as much as I can with my eye like right below the barbell. Once I plant my feet and my heels, now I have like this almost kinetic change where my quads are flexed, my ass is flexed, and my heels are on the ground. My shoulders are down, and I have my lats engaged. And I try to bend the bar like this. But if I have like a fucking day, I'll just go like. What's crazy is you see some of the best like Russian benchers, since they're like so technique driven. Whether it's a bar or like 500 pounds, it moves
exactly
insane.
it's
crazy. But you could bench whatever way you want.
I think
it might be really weird.
Like I know powerlifters, they come down lower on their, like where's the contact point usually?
So it's usually between here, depending on where your arch is.
Yeah, yeah.
So as long as it makes contact somewhere,
Yeah.
but ideally like you want it like around here.
Yeah, okay.
You could drive your heels into the ground and then flex your glutes, you'll have so much more stability. Yep, just like that. I can already see way less wobble. Yep. How much do you bench normally?
For reps?
Yeah.
I can work up to like 225.
We probably got the same bench right now anyways. My bench sucks ass.
So do you guys measure like the amount of resistance the bands have?
So we have this thing, like if you want to be really precise, it's like a luggage scale.
Yeah, yeah.
It's like a little, like a hook or a fish hook thing.
Okay.
And then we would measure it. And that would be depending on what phase of training I'm in. If I'm really in a meet specific training and I have a coach, they program how much free weight and then how much accommodating resistance, either in bands or chains or whatever, then I'll actually weigh
Super
it.
precise,
Yeah, yeah. All of it is just like fatigue and CNS management. So even like going 5 pounds above what you're supposed to do can wreck you the next 3 weeks.
Yeah, especially when you're getting near competition and stuff, yeah.
Yeah. But most of the time I just kind of bro out. I just go, yeah, that's pretty good. So just do 3 reps.
Okay.
I'll help you give a lift off because the first time you do it, you're gonna be like, what the fuck?
Yeah, because it pulls forward.
Yeah, so this is really important where you want to keep everything tight, your glutes tight, your shoulders down, your heels driving into the ground.
Oh shit.
It's weird, huh?
Yeah, yeah.
Okay, go ahead, bring it down. Just blast up, yep.
Okay.
Good.
It is kind of better. Like, it kind of forces you to do that kind of swooping motion, like the J kind of.
Yeah, yeah.
Because it forces it back slightly. So.
Yeah, and it forces you to like explode hard and drive through. Whereas sometimes, you know, when you're doing like weights, whatever you're lifting, even squatting, like pretty much if once you get here, you're on cruise control. You don't have to drive through.
Yeah, yeah.
So like in some sense, like if you squat specifically for powerlifting, it's actually not very athletic. There's no way when you're like playing football or soccer where you're like, I'm only gonna explode up to here.
Yeah.
You actually want to explode all the way through. So this helps you get all the way through.
Especially when you're at like top weights, when you need like the maximum amount of explosiveness. It definitely helps.
Put a 25 on. For this, like a typical speed session would be like 5 sets of 3, 7 sets of 3, all the way up to 12 sets of 3. I think for us, we'll probably just do like 5 sets of 3, and then we'll move on to something else.
So it's lower reps, just focusing on that technique, exploding as hard as you can. Yeah.
Control down, as soon as it touches the chest, boom, we blast it up. Yeah, and try to make 3 identical reps.
Just getting used to it, you know, like getting your system firing this like in that particular way.
Your form is actually really, really good though.
Thank you, thank you. I've been trying to kind of get stronger just because like, you know, it's cool bodybuilding, but like being strong is just like, it's just fun, you know? You can say like, okay, I want to hit like 315 on a bench. Once you hit it, it's just like,
Like an animal.
yeah, yeah. When you're bodybuilding, like there's no quantifiable number that you can hit. It's just like very subjective, right? And then you're never really satisfied when you're seeing your physique or whatever, so I have been enjoying more powerlifting stuff, yeah.
That's how I got into powerlifting, where I first started off bodybuilding, and then I just realized I enjoyed it way more in the lower rep ranges, but higher weight. And then I would start seeing people that are like, I guess small, handling tremendous amount of weight. I'm like, that's crazy.
It's crazy because like, you'll see guys that are like 150 and they look, you're like, there's no way they can lift this, but they're so trained in that particular pattern that they just pull crazy weights or bench crazy weights. It's insane.
Yeah. Do you follow any of the Chinese weightlifters?
No, but I've seen them. They're insane. Like they're so explosive and like they're jacked too. The Olympic weightlifters, I love them.
Yeah, a lot of those guys have been training since they're like 8 because they have like those like Chinese academies. So there'll be kids that are like 12 squatting 405 and you're just like, what the hell? So by the time they're like 22, they're squatting 600. Chicks front squat 405. I'm like,
Ridiculous, yeah.
movement rather than just the muscle.
Yeah, of course.
And then like if you have a coach that's like watching you in person, I would be going, oh, okay, cool, like this guy needs more tricep accessories or shoulders, like whatever the accessories are. So now like the programming is specific to getting the movement out.
So when you're doing speed days, do you just do like speed and that's it? Or do you still do just normal without the bands and stuff?
It depends. For me specifically, I like doing speed days just the way it is, because the volume will generally be like high, like 10 sets or even 12 sets. Some people I know after speed, they like to do like let's say if triceps are their issue, they like to just go straight to like a close grip bench and then just have volume like a 3x10 or something like that. But I'm also not that much into powerlifting. I think I'm more like, I like kind of like a blend of both. Because like a true powerlifting body isn't that aesthetic either. You know, it's just humongous triceps, big chest, you look all barrel, but then you don't really have nice delts, and then your lats are thick but not really wide, because it's all like made to just be strong in a certain way. There's ways I can be way better at powerlifting, but you're not going to be that aesthetic.
Yeah, we were talking to Russell Ori. He's like he's very like insane, like he's like genetically blessed, obviously, like he's aesthetic at the same time, but doing powerlifting has allowed him to build shape still, or build muscle in general. He says like his goal is not aesthetics or bodybuilding or anything like that, so his training's really tailored around powerlifting.
And for him to even look the way he does an hour every day based off what his powerlifting coach does, and then the next hour is his own.
He just said he loves training, like it's crazy. I don't know how he like just so much volume in general.
He's doing like 6-7 exercises of a lot of the weight's heavy too, like 6 days a week.
2-3 hour workouts.
But that's why he looks the way he does.
For sure. How many sets was that, 4 or 3?
I don't remember. We'll just do 2 more.
For rest ranges, like what do you usually do for rest as far for speed work?
For speed, if we're trying to be really strict, it'd be anywhere between 60 to 90 seconds. And I would actually have a timer. But then that's kind of boring when you're training with people. Unless both of you guys are on the same program. But yeah, for speed, they also try to get a little bit of conditioning out of it. So it'll be like
bodybuilding, where it's like shorter rest periods versus like when you get heavy, do you take more like 2 minutes, sometimes even more 3 minutes?
7 minutes sometimes, yeah. So for speed work, it's more like bodybuilding, where it's timed, you want it nice and short. Real fast. It's really good.
So what are you thinking after this?
Ever done an inverted row? Like you set up a bar. It's almost like a pull-up and your feet are on the ground.
Okay, yeah.
So I never do those. Because I'm not a true powerlifter. But if I were to coach someone to specifically for powerlifting, that's what I would prescribe. Because now what you're trying to do is do the exact negative of the bench. I would try to have all the accessories mimic the bench as much as possible. So even for a lat movement, instead of doing a pull-up or a row like this, the first thing I would prescribe is just doing this motion of the bench. So I will do like an inverted row.
It's very movement specific, right?
Yeah, movement specific. But since I'm a bro, if I was training by myself, I'd probably go and do rows and then flex every.
That's like me. Every one of our videos.
That's what I would do. That's why I would coach people differently. I'm like, how serious are you about powerlifting? And then I gauge it like that.
Do as I say, not as I do, okay?
One thing that you're already doing, which is really good, is when the bar is coming down, you're not letting it cave in. Because a lot of people, they go like this, they think that they're gonna get more leverage in going like this, but what you actually wanna do is maintain your base, and sometimes I would even give people a cue to try to meet their chest to the bar. I would actually give people like a cue as it comes down to even like arch even more. And then blast harder.
To shorten the range of motion?
Yeah.
Okay.
Actually, you know what? Before we go into lats, we'll do like kind of like a tricep exercise.
With the bands or without?
So the next movement we'll do will be like a leg up bench. I also like doing that because sometimes when you get so movement specific, like your foundation is so strong or people's leg drive so strong, you can't really tell where the actual weakness lies. So I also like prescribing a leg up bench where you kind of take the cheat out of it. Even though you're not really cheating, that's just part of the movement, but you take that out of the equation so you can focus on being able to just drive through and get some volume with just your chest and shoulders. And then this one will be like, a set of 10 or something. So now like with your legs up, you're not gonna be able to get that same arch or that leg drive.
Use the false grip. Do you find for triceps that works?
Yeah, it's more dangerous technically. For me, I realize I get more tricep activation. When I do my competition movement and it's like near 1 rep max, thumbs are always around. And also the thought process behind like some of the variations of the bench like this. If you can do the movement that's harder, then your actual competition movement would be easier. So you also see like people doing like deficit pulls where they're standing on top of something. In powerlifting, or it's a sport where it is movement specific, sometimes, because you bench after you squat, sometimes you'll have a cramping glute. Being able to do stuff like this, you're like, okay, cool. If I do have to take, if I have to take my leg out of the equation, the rules are I just have to keep my feet on the floor. So I can keep my leg on the floor, but I'll still go to bench with the body.
How many sets of this do you usually do?
Just like 3.
Okay. I can never remember how many reps I'm at. I'm like, is that 10? It's always better to do one extra than one less.
Or do a powerlifting meet?
Maybe. These guys are trying to get me into it because my bench is pretty good and my squat's pretty good. So
yeah, he's done like,
I just have to get my deadlift up.
He's done like 225 for 15?
15.
Damn, that's good, dude.
Yeah, after last time we were here, I was like, I gotta get strong. Like, I was talking to
what did you weigh?
136, 137. Yeah.
So I guess the weight class would be like 132 or 148.
Yeah, like depending on where. Probably, yeah, I could probably cut a little bit.
225 or 15, that's good, man.
Dropped a little bit of weight, like I probably could.
You could at water easily, because he usually takes like glycerol powder and guys too, right? Which makes you hold more water. And that's weighing yourself after.
What's your squat at?
I hit 315 for 6.
That's super good. Pretty good. What about your deadlift?
I haven't been deadlifting a lot recently just because I had some twinges and stuff. Best, I think I did 285, 5 for like 15. Pretty good.
High reps.
So when's the marathon?
The first week of March.
A month?
5 weeks. Yeah.
You excited or?
I'm actually kind of scared.
Yeah.
I'm scared of cramping. Last week I was at this business seminar, so I was there for like a whole week. So we were just stationary. You're sitting in like a big auditorium. Yesterday I had 16 miles just to get primed. Sunday I'll just run like a 4 or 5 miles. Yesterday I couldn't even finish because I started cramping up all over the place. So I started cramping at mile 9, and I tried to tough it out for 2 more miles to mile 11. But then I had a meeting at 10. So I was like, fuck, I could try to tough it out, but I don't have enough time. I just call it Uber. If I don't skip any more miles, I think I should be fine. Because next week I have an 18-mile.
You have a set pace that you try to hit for each mile?
I'm trying to do the whole thing in like a 11-minute to 12-minute mile pace.
I want to see a sub 2-hour marathon. As long as he's got those Nike shoes. Kipchoge, the guy who ran the sub 2 hour.
Like a sprint or something.
Yeah,
right?
So there was controversy over that, but I still think.
It's like, it's a human achievement.
Some of those guys are just insane. Like
they're running a 4-minute, like low 4-minute mile for 26 miles.
I know.
So this one we're doing an inverted row. We're trying to follow the bar path of a bench. Trying to mimic the eccentric portion of the bench so that you can be slow and controlled before you blast up. So I would even go competition grip. If I were to get really specific, I'm like, what's your bench competition grip? And if it's here, that's what I would do.
When you're looking, do you follow the bar with your eyes, like when you're benching?
I used to bench with my head up and I used to follow it.
Yeah.
But some federations, you have to keep your head down. Down is okay across all federations, so I changed the way I bench.
Okay, cool.
So now I don't really, I keep my head down, but I kind of do follow my eyes a little.
Yeah, you can see it in your peripheral, like, yeah. Feels good, actually. That's insane. I think he did that here, though. He squatted on the hoverboard, Brad.
Brad? Yeah. I think that's before he had Zoo. So he used to come to like every day before he had Zoo, yeah. Like the cable row just for more volume.
Yeah, Do you tuck your elbows?
Yeah, I try to like
Twist it kind of into you?
Yeah. So that's the thing kind of about powerlifting. The thing that's really cool about having a strong bodybuilding base is you have such good mind-muscle connection. The same row, you can do it like 10 different ways. You know, like elbows back, elbows down, deep into the pockets. As a powerlifting coach, if I were to tell someone to do a lat row after a bench, it'd be a different cue than after a deadlift. For deadlift, a lot of people's problem is keeping the bar close. Okay. So I would have them do like a deep row, into like the hip pocket. Then that way when they're pulling, they keep the bar close to them. But for something like this, after we already did the inverted row, I'm like, just do whatever. It's gonna give you a nice pump and make you feel good.
Because everybody knows it's all about the pump.
Do you do face pulls often?
Sometimes, not often.
Okay, so that's really good because the #1 shoulder workout for powerlifting, unfortunately, is face pulls. Because for almost all the exercises, squat, deadlift, and bench have a strong upper back so that your shoulders don't roll forward. This is the healthiest position for your shoulders, is back and down. In order to strengthen that part of your shoulder, most coaches will prescribe like 3 to 5 times face pulls, but you don't get the nice pop. So for me, I usually do this, and then if I feel feisty, I'll go do some extra stuff. But face also doesn't look good.
Workouts usually take?
If I'm prepping for a meet, it's gonna be like a good 2 to 2.5 hours. If not, then it'll be like an hour to an hour and a half.
Is it tough when you're working so much to fit like training in, or do you usually just do them in the morning?
Yeah, that's why I kind of like minimize it to like 3 days now. Ideally, you would want 4 or 5 days of powerlifting, but I just don't have the time.
And then you're running too, so.
Yeah, so now I just do 3 days, but I try to give those 3 days my all.
We'll do some dumbbell presses. I'm gonna try to go pretty heavy on this. Use some of the tips that Bart gave me on the dumbbell. Get things going.
Now it's time just to get the thumbnail.
Just about that time. Most muscular time.
Oh damn!
Tell me already ready. Good?
Just-
But he's out angry.
Huh?
He's out angry. Sure. Alright, ready?
Okay, Jesus. Hey, you flex your calves, dude? God damn, Jesus.
I gotta train legs still. You got Muay Thai, right?
That's my coach.
Yeah, see? See, this is what it takes, you know? Like Muay Thai, he's doing Muay Thai, he's doing powerlifting training, he's teaching me. This guy does it all. And then do you work later? Like do you film or something? Or
Yeah, I got a meeting at 10.
See? It's crazy. Yeah.
I'll be over here.
All right, sick.
See you later.
Crazy progress.
Yeah, I gained like 20 pounds in like 2 years, bro. That's because my disease thing.
Yeah, I know, I heard about
So
that.
it's a trip, man. So
It's good that you're surrounded by like, you know, people like Bart
well,
and
just seeing you guys, I'm about to work out too, dude. I'm hyped already. I don't even know if I need caffeine, so it's dope, man. Yeah.
thanks
Good luck,
again for filming. I'm excited to see the final result. Yo, that pre-workout's pretty good, not gonna lie.
Yeah.
But
Okay,
I
so
didn't take pumped, so now I gotta take
What
pumped.
did you do?
I gotta
Oh,
take, shh, listen, I gotta take pumped, I gotta take another half scoop of pre-workout, and then I gotta go train legs.
let's do it on the next one, right?
Yeah, oh yeah, outro, bye.